The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, and thank you for attending today's webinar entitled The Importance of Marketing and How Aduvo Can Help by Aduvo. My name is Brandy, and I'm with the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. And our presenters today are going to be Paisley Coxey and Josh Bach. Before they begin, I just want to go over a little bit of housekeeping with you. This session is being recorded, and approximately an hour after the session is over, everyone who is registered will receive a link to the recording. Also, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, on your toolbar, you'll see a section where you can type in questions. There's a box there. You can just click on the little arrow that will open it up, and you can type any questions that you have. Our panelists will be stopping at various points throughout their presentation to entertain any questions that have come in. And I think that's it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Paisley.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We're excited to definitely present this presentation to you and explain how we think Aduvo could help you. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask two quick questions here, just so I've got an idea of the people on the call. So my first one here is, which loan origination system are you utilizing? I just went ahead and popped that up there. So if you guys don't mind answering, just gives us an idea of the users on the call. I won't leave this up here too long. It looks like a majority Encompass and Lending Pad at the time. So great, we can definitely work with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this open here for about 10 more seconds. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for answering. I do appreciate that. 45% Encompass and 25% Lending Pad. And then the next one I have, just since this is marketing based, just having an understanding of what your marketing pain points are, and see, what of those we can answer questions about and address utilizing Aduvo. Leave this one open. So far, the highest percentage is marketing to realtors, which we'll definitely discuss. I know that's a big thing, and generating business via realtors is really important. I also see creating content as well as the second. Both of those are addressed with Aduvo, so excited to get to that part of the presentation. Okay, I'll give this another 10 seconds here, and then we can get started. Okay, thank you for answering those. Okay, let's get started here. So what are some keys to success in 2023? The biggest thing is relationships with borrowers and realtors. I saw realtors was a big pain point for you guys, so definitely excited to touch on that here. The first little bit of information here is that 90% of borrowers find their loan officers via a realtor. This was a really great stat that I found in the National Realtor Association article. They really touched on the point that most borrowers are finding loan officers and other companies that they might need throughout that process through their realtor, since they are trusting that realtor with that process. So it's very important to build those relationships with realtors and borrowers. The next is that 89% of borrowers refer their realtors to their friend. So it kind of just builds this cycle of referral business. So if you're working with a borrower, they have a really great experience, they're referring that realtor to their friend. In turn, that realtor would refer that friend to you as well. And then finally, 96% of the top loan officers say realtors are crucial to their success. So again, just kind of emphasizing the importance of building those relationships, not only with borrowers, but the realtors as well, to build that referral business. So where do you start to build that relationship? It's really easy to say that that's important, but how do you even start to build that relationship? And the first piece that was really common in a lot of articles that I read was that sending real-time updates to borrowers and realtors was really important. In that same article in the National Realtor Association, 80% of realtors wish they heard from the loan officer more. So whether that's status alerts and updates throughout that loan process. They just felt that they could have been in the process a little bit more and hearing a little bit more often from those loan officers. The next is that co-branding emails with realtors is really important. So by promoting them in lead emails that you're sending or tagging them in your status alerts that you might be sending throughout the loan process, promoting the realtor on them will help bring them business as well. And so, the more business you bring them, the more people they'll refer your way, just kind of builds that cycle of referral business for both of you. Sending the right information at the right time is really important as well. This is really great for those leads and those first-time home buyers. So if you're building that referral business, you're building that trust with that borrower, that's going to in turn go back to the realtor as well. So just making sure you're sending them the important information prior to starting the loan process, and anything post-close, like explaining when you'll pay your first mortgage payment and things like that. As the borrower is having a better experience, they'll share that information with the realtor as well. It's also important to show value to your leads. So the biggest thing that I saw was that it's really important to not assume that the first-time home buyers know what to expect throughout their process. I've also spoken with many people that I know that are first-time home buyers, and they just kind of felt like a lot of loan officers were assuming they knew what these steps meant and what they needed to prepare to close the loan in time. And it's really important just to make sure that you're educating the lead. And again, that will build that relationship with the realtor in turn, because that lead is getting such valuable information from you. The next is to nurture your relationships. So don't forget to reach out to post-close contacts, and make sure that you're sending them valuable information, and then also send realtors valuable information. So realtors want to know what's going on in the industry. They don't always have the time to do the research. So sending things like newsletters or what's going on in the industry or what's going on with your own business is definitely valuable information that a lot of realtors were wishing that they heard from their loan officer. And then the last is to keep the messages simple and to the point. There's a lot of information out there right now and tons of noise and emails and texts. So try to keep the points very clear, as many bullet points as possible. And again, sending things like short monthly newsletters and things like that with simple, clear information is really valuable. So with all that being said, where do you even start to implement some of this stuff? The first thing is to start doing marketing the right way, which we understand is really hard. So the first issue is that to find the right marketing platforms and the right things to put in place to build those relationships with those borrowers and realtors is to find the right platform. But a lot of people find that really hard to do. They don't know where to start. And a lot of platforms aren't really built for small teams and individuals, which a lot of loan officers tend to be. They also find marketing platforms hard to implement, and a lot of platforms can take weeks, if not months, to get set up. So it's really important to find something that's turnkey and easy to get turned on for your company. The next is a lot of people find it hard to maintain, whether that's refreshing new content, making sure that the right lists are getting the right messages. It just can kind of get confusing for those that aren't really into marketing and not really knowing where to start and where to go with things. The next is it can be hard to afford. A lot of marketing platforms are contact-based or messaging-based, and those costs can go high really quickly. So they find it hard to find not only platforms that are at a fair price, but marketing teams and people to help them with those platforms at a fair price. The next is it's hard to stay compliant. So it's really important that any messages that you guys are sending, especially to borrowers, are industry compliant. And finding a company that can stay on top of that compliance is hard to find. And then last is it's also hard to find good content. So on top of being compliant, you need to find something that's relevant to what's going on in the industry, up to date, and something that is helping build those relationships. So with all of that being said, the solution that we're presenting to you today is Aduvo. Josh is going to jump into the specifics of Aduvo and how we can help you grow your business. But let me go ahead and take a pause here and take a look for any questions. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw those in now. We can always come back to them too if you think of something. Okay. Not seeing any questions quite yet. I'm sure we'll get more as we hop into Aduvo, but if you guys have any questions about the content we presented, I'll be checking those as Josh is presenting here. So let me go ahead and switch the presenter over to him.
Thanks, Paisley. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let me, oh my, go to meeting. There it goes. I was gonna say my go to meeting just kind of went sideways at me, but it's back. Okay, so what makes Aduvo different? First and foremost, everything that we did with Aduvo was purpose built for mortgage professionals. So this isn't a retrofit or general purpose marketing solution. This is a purpose built marketing solution for mortgage professionals. And the content that we create is all done in-house by us. So we build the copy, we design everything, and again, purpose built for mortgage professionals. We also have really tight integrations with our LOS partners. So I saw that was kind of a lower percentage answer on one of those early survey questions, but it really is one of the differentiating markers for us, and I think for any good third-party solution with the LOS providers, is that you don't have to think about it, right? We're going to do all the heavy lifting for you, and that data is just going to be there and available for you. We also run all of our content through an external compliance team, so they make sure that the copy that we put together and the way that we send these messages is compliant with all known mortgage laws and regulations. And our billing options are very flexible. That's one of the things that makes us unique. I'll step through that just at the end here, but there's lots of different ways to pay for your subscription that are flexible for how you guys all operate. So how we work. So first and foremost, we build the content, right? So we have a design, we have copy. Those are internal team members that put that together for a particular message or campaign. And then we send that, as I mentioned, to our outside compliance team who reviews the draft. They send back any changes. Once we've made those changes, we then test for deliverability. So whether that's a text message or an email, we're going to make sure it looks good in Outlook, looks good in Gmail, that it came through okay, that we've done everything that we can do to ensure when it's delivered to that realtor, when it's delivered to that borrower, it looks good. We also then build the list for you. So you don't have to go build a list of borrowers, say, or active loans or rates above 6%. We're going to build all those target groups for you. And then we're going to schedule all the messages and tie that to that list that we just built for you. So does this go out when a loan was closed? Does this go out when appraisal was ordered? Does this go out 6 months after a lead came in that never turned into a loan? So we're going to build all of those schedules for you. And you get the easy part of really just reviewing all of it and hitting the go button, right? So if you like the campaign and it's right for your business, you activate it. If you don't, you don't. And it's really that simple. Types of campaigns we offer today. So far and away, our most popular are real-time loan status alerts. And Paisley mentioned the importance of that, obviously, at the start of the presentation. But at each stage of that loan process, Aduvo is going to get real-time alerts and then send those loan status alerts out to borrowers and realtors. We also send birthday announcements to anybody we collect a birthday for. We have a monthly newsletter that is both borrower and a separate one for realtors. We also have lead nurture campaigns, traditional holidays, and loan anniversaries. Those loan anniversaries will be sent once or as many years in the future as you'd like once a loan is closed. Our partner connections, as I mentioned, are really, I think, one of the things that separate us from other solutions that are out there. But as you sign up for Aduvo, we work behind the scenes with that LOS partner to get the connection built between our two platforms. We then sync all of your historical loan data. So everything and anything that you've marked that you want to come over to Aduvo, we're going to do that in a single time batch. There we go. We then sort all of that information collected by type, right? So who's a borrower, who's a realtor, who's an attorney, so on and so forth. And then we get ongoing real-time loan updates indefinitely, right? So whenever you make a change in your LOS, Aduvo is going to know about that, typically within a few seconds, depending on LOS. And set it and forget it, right? So we really expect you to just work normally within your LOS. You hit the save button, and we're going to get that alert from one of our LOS partners. Aduvo is then going to analyze that alert and decide what action needs to be taken, right? So is this meet the criteria for a loan status alert, appraisal's been ordered, or hey, we need to go schedule something for 6 months from now based on the close date of this particular loan borrower. And then we're going to do all that for you automatically. So once you've activated those campaigns, you're not really doing anything on Aduvo. It's doing all the work for you. So kind of to summarize, I'd say our biggest competitor in the marketplace today really is manual emails, right? And as we all know, they're labor intensive and very prone to error. And that set it and forget it solution that we put together for Aduvo, I think is our single biggest differentiator in the market. But we also compete obviously against the mass market solutions that are out there. And they're great. I mean, they serve their purpose, but they really lack all of the mortgage specific content and compliance that Aduvo has built into it. There's also CRMs out there that have a marketing arm to them, and they're just really not purpose built for marketing. And therefore, their onboarding really can be pretty tricky on the marketing side. And ours is a same day setup. So when you activate your subscription with us, you're gonna have content access that same day, and within 24 to 72 hours, we'll have all of that historical data brought in from the LOS. And then last is pricing, so that all the solutions that are out there have a very wide and varying price tag to them depending on how you use them, whereas ours is a strictly per user per month, all you can eat model, and we only charge for loan officers. So all of your support staff have access to Aduvo for free. And I think the biggest differentiator for us, again, is really that turnkey approach. Most of our competitors have someone else running them, right? A marketing team, an admin, someone else in the background that's pushing buttons and making this content happen. Whereas Aduvo, once it's up and live, really is meant to just be forgotten about. It's just running in the background and is your marketing department. Integrations we have today, so we have active integrations with LendingPad, Encompass, Path, and Point Central. We're working on Arrive, that should be ready in the next 30 days or so. And along with Arrive, we'll have a Zapier integration. So if you wanted to integrate some other platform with Aduvo to ingest data, Zapier will make that easy for you to do that. Mention quickly on the setup side, so just sign up with an account with us. You're gonna pick which campaigns, work with Paisley and our team on that so you can review the content, and that's it. So as soon as we connect your LOS and you turn on those campaigns, there's really nothing else for you to do. A good portion of our customers don't log into the product again, believe it or not. I'd say upwards of 70% once we're live, just let it run in the background and do its thing. And on the content side, if you don't like our contents, you can duplicate it and edit it as you see fit. You can start from scratch. We have best-in-class editing tools for you to do that. You can build your own content and then string those together in campaigns in the same way that we do. And if you need help, we've got US-based support led by industry professionals to help you through that process. Last on the subscription side. So today we offer 2 flavors of our subscriptions. We'll be introducing a third this summer. First is company. So if you want to pay for all of your loan officers to use Aduvo, great, we can set you up to do that. But we also have an ability to have individual loan officers within a company pay for their own subscriptions and even mix and match. So we try and make it as flexible as we can on how you pay for Aduvo. And again, we only charge for loan officers. We'll be introducing a Teams version here this summer that you can have small teams also pay for subscriptions. And with that, I will turn it back to Paisley to do a live demo of the product.
Okay, it wasn't letting me unmute until I shared my screen. Sorry about that. Thank you for that. Before we hop into Aduvo itself, I just want to give a quick pause here if anybody has any questions that we can jump to. And then as I kind of navigate the platform here too, I'll pause in each section to answer any questions you guys have as well. Okay. Okay, the first question is great. I will get to that here, wanting to see how I can create content. We'll hop over there in just a second. So let me go ahead and get started here. So every time you log in, you'll be brought to this dashboard here. It's going to show information, whether it's pulling data from your loan origination system, or over here you'll notice the marketing stats. Just gives you a quick snapshot as to where you're at, what's going on, so you can log in, see where things are at, and move on with your day. And all of this data, again, is either syncing from the loan origination system itself or from Aduvo based on those stats. You can select to see the data in different increments here as well. And anytime you're logged in, if you want to see the up-to-date stats, you can simply click the refresh and it will refresh the page for you. let's start navigating the platform a bit here. So as Josh mentioned, we have tons of pre-built content available for you guys, and we have a variety of different sections here. So we've got birthday content created, holiday content created, the loan status alerts like we had mentioned, and a good variety of these. We have post-closing content as well. All of this content you guys can simply turn on by clicking this button, but you can also duplicate this and create any of your content on your own. Let me just go ahead and open a campaign here. So this builder is user-friendly. Here, let me grab a different campaign with a little bit more content in there. Whether it's marketing, email marketing, or text marketing, we have content available for both. So here's a text campaign, for instance. You're able to schedule who it's going to and who it's coming from very simply. So if you want the content always coming from loan officers, or maybe you have an assistant or a processor that content should come from, you can create those. You can also schedule the messages themselves to come from info at or sales at, whatever you would like. So it's completely customizable for you guys. Again, all of this will already be scheduled if you'd like to use it. And then the messages themselves, you can always take a preview of what that content looks like. And all of this you can test and send to yourself as well. So we've tried to create a variety of content for both loan officers, both borrowers and co-borrowers, as well as realtors, again, just to keep everybody in the loop. It's a simple toggle on if you'd like to activate this campaign, and you can always deactivate it as well. The builder itself is drag and drop, which I really like, helps you reorganize these messages. And then when it comes to scheduling, we try to make that as simple as possible for you. Let me go ahead and duplicate this so I can show you some of that. So if you wanted to create your own campaign and edit any of that content, you can easily do so here. Go ahead and save that. It's opened up this new campaign for me automatically. As you'll notice, it reloaded everything that was previously on there, which is really helpful. You don't have to do anything like rescheduling, for instance. But if you did want to schedule something different, you do have the options, whether that's a quick pick for a status alert update, holiday quick pick, or a custom date for anything you'd like to schedule at one time. We have those available. You can also do repeating. So whether that's yearly, daily, monthly, or weekly, we have those options available for you. But again, we have all this pre-built and pre-scheduled for you as well. I'm going to hop over to the template library here in a second, but does anybody have any questions on the campaign portions and creating a campaign that I could answer? Okay. Feel free to throw anything in if you think of it. I'm going to hop over to the template library. So we have tons of pre-built content available for you guys. So whether you're turning on a campaign or maybe you want to take some of the content we've created and throw it in there, you can do so. I see somebody has a question. If you want to go ahead and if you throw it in the question section, I can answer that for you. And then we have the filters in this section as well. So we have different birthday options available for you, different holiday templates available for you, a variety of different lead content, loan status alerts, the newsletters, post-closing content, and any reminders. So tons of pre-built content, and we are continuing to create additional content. And then I see we've got two questions that came in. So the first is, if you see a campaign that you like, but you don't like all the emails in the campaign, can you pick and choose what you'd like to send out? You definitely can do that. So if you duplicate the campaign like I had mentioned, from there you can delete the messages that you'd like. You can also easily replace those. Let me hop back over there and show you that really quickly. Okay. So I could open any of these messages and simply delete it if I don't want to use it. I can also replace the message, which will allow you, maybe you created your own template or you made an edit to a template that we've created and you wanted to put that in the campaign. You can easily click the replace message here and it will update that message for you. And then the second question I got is, does this platform include custom landing pages? It does not have landing pages now. Doesn't mean it won't be available in the future, but that is not available at this time in the platform. Okay. Let me hop back over here to the template library and I can show you how easy it is to customize and create your own template. Okay. So any template in the platform, you can easily duplicate it if you'd like. And then if you've created your own, you can always edit it. You can also easily from here preview or send a test message. So try to just have everything possible on this page so you don't have to go and click multiple places to do something. The campaigns themselves, we have the different categories like I had mentioned. So you can tag the category so you can easily find this message. And then somebody had asked how to create their own content. So this is a place that you would be able to do that. So you could utilize any template that we've liked if you like the look and feel of it and edit it on your own. You can also create any from scratch as well. And this is a really easy drag and drop builder. You know, the better marketing platforms out there utilize this. So you can easily pull a section over, create new content. I can reorder things here, just a drag and drop builder. So it makes it really easy to customize. You can add any images that you would like, make any changes here. As I had mentioned, this is a great place to come in here and maybe you want to start tagging a realtor on something or something like that. You can always add those contacts, for instance, on here. And again, this is all completely customizable. We want to give you stuff that you can easily turn on, but you can feel free to build anything that you would like. Let's see, I see a couple more questions have come in here. Taking a quick look at all of them so I can answer the ones that were on. Okay. I'm going to show one last section here and then I'll answer the questions. They were a variety of different topics. So the last thing that I wanted to show on the marketing side of things is just our text builder. So you can create any text here as well. As you'll notice, we go ahead and we follow all industry compliance for text messaging and we are staying on top of that. So text to stop, for instance, the having people opt into texting, all of that we have in place for you so that you are staying compliant. And any content that we have created, again, has been checked for compliance as well. So you are following mortgage industry regulations when it comes to those text messages as well. Okay, let me get to some of those questions here. They were all good. Okay. How do we select the realtors? I'm assuming that might be in relation to a campaign. So let me go ahead and pull one up here for you and I'll show you how you can do that. So in this campaign details section is where you'll be selecting who those messages are going to. So if I went here and I chose the recipient, you'll notice this one already has the seller and buyer's agent, but any other contact you'd like that to go to, you simply check the box and that message will be able to go to them. I'll see if there were any follow-ups for that one. And then how do we know part of their contact information is not missing? The contact information that we're pulling would be from your LOS. So you just need to make sure the correct information is filled in, whether it's on that loan file or on that contact, and then the platform would pull over that information. And then can I upload my own list if I have contacts who are not in my loan origination system? We will be implementing that upload this summer, so you will be able to import any lists that you would like. So if you have those realtor lists and they're not in your loan origination system, we'd be able to help you get those in there, tag them correctly so that you're sending them the correct messages. So any specifics you guys have on those questions or on the lists themselves, definitely happy to schedule some time to speak with you directly on that. But yes, that will be available in the platform so that you can market to those individuals. And I think I've answered the questions that have popped up for now. Feel free to throw any additional messages in there. And then the last section of the platform, just to share with you guys, is our people and loans section. So this is a little separate from marketing. This is where you can see lists of contacts, create these lists, send them messages, things like that. So we'll pull over your contacts from your loan origination system. You can add filters and create custom reports. We have some default lists in here for you as well, but you can create any additional lists that you would like. And then all of these lists, you'll notice we try to spell it out pretty clearly what you're looking at, so you're not guessing what you've created in that sentence structure. You can view the list and see who is on there. In future releases, you'll also be able to see the messages sent to those lists and share these lists internally with team members. So we're definitely going to be elaborating on this section of the platform throughout the summer, and all of those features will be available to you guys. And then I see a couple of additional questions popped up. I see somebody asked if this is recorded. Yes, it is recorded. You'll get an email from GoToWebinar, I believe about an hour after the webinar, where you can rewatch this. And then somebody asked what the fees are. It depends on the number of users that you have. So the number of loan officers, it starts at $149 per user and goes down based on user count. If you want to reach out to us directly, we can give you an idea of the price for your company, but we do offer a free trial, so you can log in here, figure out if you'd like to use it before we'd ever invoice you for that. I see some additional questions here. I see somebody asked if you can send test messages. Yes, any of the content you can send yourself a test. So whether you're popping over here in the template library, you can send yourself a test on the templates, and then also in the campaign section as well. You can send yourself a test of any of these in here as well. So send a test, and that will send to you too. And then I see another pricing question. The pricing is monthly. We have an annual discount if you did want to sign for an annual contract, but yes, everything is month to month. And again, just based on your loan officers are all that we charge for, but every other user can access the platform as well. Okay, great questions, everybody. Thanks for asking. And then I did want to share, we do host monthly educational webinars at Aduvo as well. You don't have to be an Aduvo member to attend those, but if anybody is interested, I'll go ahead and I can share this link with you. We'll be hosting our next one in 2 weeks. So anybody that would like to attend or sign up for this one, I went ahead and I put that in the chat if you guys would like to sign up. And then I've got a couple last questions here for you guys. So the first one is related to the webinar. If you'd like to attend the webinar, if you put yes here, then I can go ahead and automatically sign you up for that. And then again, you can do it on your own with the link I provided in the chat. And then the topics this month will definitely still be marketing related, and I'll probably mix in a little bit of what's going on in the industry since things are changing every month. So we try to just keep it fresh and provide you guys things we can help you grow your business. We'll give this one another second here, and then I'll close the poll. And then as Josh mentioned, we do set up free trials. So if any of you guys on the call today would like to get a free trial account, we can definitely set that up for you. That will allow you to log in the platform. You can come in here, look at the campaigns, look at the templates, decide if you'd like to move forward with the platform, and we can connect it to your loan origination system. If you are interested, we just have to take some next steps with that. I see somebody asked if we can give you a call. Yes, we can definitely reach out to you directly. I went ahead and made note of your name so that we can follow up once I get the registration list. Okay, I'm going to close this poll and let me ask the last one here. As I mentioned, the free accounts. So if anybody would like to set up a free account, if you let us know, we're happy to get that set up for you. You'll receive an email from support@aduvo.com. No commitments on your end at all. We just would use your email address and send you that invite. So we can also contact you directly And again, if you'd like us to connect it to your data so you can see everything live, we can do that as well. I'll let this stay open here. Let me check questions. I think we've answered the remaining questions. Before we close things out, Josh, was there anything extra you wanted to make sure we were pointing out today?
Oh, did an excellent job. I appreciate the opportunity to show Aduvo to everybody.
Okay. Well, just a reminder, you'll be getting that recording from the GoToWebinar. If you guys reach out to us, we can definitely share that with you as well, and happy to answer any questions you have. And then if you want to send us an email, you can email sales@aduvo.com. We're happy to help you out. And then anybody that wants us to contact or set their trial account up, we'll get back to you with that later today and tomorrow. Okay. Brandy, anything left on your end?
Well, you did a fantastic job closing everything out. Thank you guys so much for some really great information. And I'll just say to everyone who's on the call, thank you for your time and for your attention today, and that we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.